It's just different.
Yeah, you already know what it is. Pure money, baby. I keep a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Come and hang with the gang. Get some free game added to your mainframe. Gotta keep your mind sharp, you gotta maintain. And it's even better when the squad on the same thing. Steady swishing on the competition. We ain't tripping about the opposition. We on a mission and we got a vision. People in need, we believe we got it like I give a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. Said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money. Been slept on, money never stepped on. We increasing positivity until the stress gone. Satan tried to hold the squad back, but we kept on. We ain't making this up, no Revlon. I ain't trying to make you blush, but this a highlight. We send the high vibes, homie, this a high life. We rising far above the game, that's a flyby. But we still connected to the source, that's that Wi-Fi. Reception, now we answer the call. This squad taking questions and we answer them all. We don't wanna see you fall, we wanna see you ball. We all gon' eat with the peeps, we gon' feed them all. Couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. I said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope that you guys have an amazing start to your week here. We're getting started in this fourth quarter of government contracting. We're going to be diving in here today, talking about some strategies that you should be looking at as you approach this industry of government contracting. And we'll kind of touch on some different opportunities that are out there that maybe you don't think about, or, I constantly get asked all the time. This is like one of the number one questions I get, and it's the most annoying question to me, is there an opportunity in government contracting for me? There is an opportunity in government contracting for everybody. You don't need to ask that question. You just need to get educated with a customer that got the most money in the world, not the United States, in the world, to spend every single year. So, if you think that there's not an opportunity for you with a customer that spends over $4 trillion a year, then you're not understanding government contracting yet. And this is why you're here. Or hopefully, you've been seeking information, but you're here today to figure out what are some strategies that I could take advantage of. So make sure that you guys tune in. Don't forget, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this out with 3 other entrepreneurs, business owners that you know need to find out about this industry called government contracting, so they don't miss out on it as well. And you guys could actually partner. And as we're talking about partnering, that's why it's going to be important that you continue every time we go live to put in the comments where you are tuning in from. You may want to say what you do in business as well, And most importantly, I am a millionaire, because remember, we ain't going to win no government contracts. We ain't going to make no money if you do not believe that you could do this stuff. It doesn't matter what I tell you at all. I can tell you right now, everybody that I went to school with, I told about government contracting. You know how many of them do government contracting? None of them. know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm telling you, I can say this stuff until I'm blue in the face, but if you don't believe it, you're not going to be able to do this industry, although it is something that every single one of you guys can do if you just give it a try. But without further ado, let's get ready to get this show on the road. Don't think I'm going to be here too long tonight, but we'll see. Tanya, what's going on? I'm glad to see that you're in the building. We got my guy Timothy out there. Shout out to you in Houston. What's going on with you? We got Z in the building as well. What's going on with you? We got Crystal in the building out there in Dallas. What's happening with you? Tanya, pleasure for you to be in the building as well. Again, don't forget, if it's your first time here, we do this each and every week, Tuesday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone. On Tuesdays, we do the mindset and business. Wednesdays is government contracting. And Thursdays, we talk about some tools and systems that you can utilize to help you along this journey of operating your business. In particular, we talk about SB Money Flow on Thursdays and some other gadgets and tools that I utilize in my workflow here. But anyways, today we're here for government contracting, and I want to talk to you about some strategies that you should utilize. Now, if you're just getting started out in government contracting, there's 3 levels to this thing that you got to remember. There's it's a little more than 3. It's like 5 or 6. But the main 3 that people understand is your federal government, your state government, and your local government. Now, the other ones that I was thinking about is your education department. They're a little bit different, okay? They got their own government, but it's government spending, so you got to think about that. And then you got your ports, okay? All of your shipping ports, as well as you have your airports that you could think of as well. But again, all of that stuff falls into government contracting as well. But for the most part, we're just going to be focusing on federal, state, and local. And usually I just teach federal, mainly because the information is standard no matter where you're located at. So you could do federal government contracts living in Nebraska, and the contract is in California. Is opposed to, your local and state contracting. I don't know all of the verbiage and language that your state operates their business as well as your local government. I don't know all of the language of how they operate their business entity. And that's important factors that you guys keep in mind. That the federal, state, and local government are 3 separate business entities. And they operate and run like a business entity. So we got to start thinking of it that way. The only thing about this business entity is all 3 of them have this pot of money that they got to get rid of every year. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They got to get rid of it because it controls our economy. It puts a lot of money back in our economy. It also creates jobs. And when more jobs are created, the more they can tax, which again creates money for your local and state government as well as the federal government. Just look at your paycheck. If you are somebody that is currently working, just take a look at the taxes that come out of it. Well, that happens with federal government contracting. All of your technology, right? And this is how I want you guys to start to think. So the easiest way to get contracts to me is just to pay attention. Things like lawn care, cleaning, building maintenance, construction, like IT. These things, they're never ever going to go anywhere, right? They're just increasing. Cybersecurity, right? So if you're in those industries, you don't even have to ask a question. Nobody should be asking whether there's an opportunity for me. It will always be a lot of money spent in that, as well as healthcare. I forgot about that. And transportation, right? A lot of money will always be spent in those niche industries, no matter what. But you can start to think outside of the box. So, one of the great places to look for stuff, and I'm about to share my screen here with you. If you're on Instagram and you want to see the bigger view, you can click the link in my bio and go over to YouTube so you can see the bigger screen here. But let me switch my screen. All right, where does it have me at? All right, I don't want to be there. I need to change this display. Is it this one? No. Let's try this one. Okay, there we go. So one of the main things that you could possibly pay attention to here is where money gets started at. Well, I don't want to say get started, but the person that signs the budget, whitehouse.gov. And you got to be able to see this stuff. Now, of course, there's some research and stuff that I'm going to explain here a little later on, but you have to be able to see where the leader of the money is saying he wants to put the money. And this is for anybody. I don't care which president comes in here. All presidents, they do the exact same thing. They got a budget. They got things that they want to put the money towards. And this is what we got to figure out. What are they putting the money towards? Now, of course, Biden was really, really big on infrastructure. But what I'm trying to do is read through these news articles here because I'm looking for easy opportunities. The easiest opportunities for you to get yourself involved in, I don't want to say let me not say the easiest. Some really good opportunities that you could get yourself involved in is what I like to call new money, right? So usually anything that a president is campaigning on and say that they're going to do when they get into office, chances are these are all new opportunities, okay? So there's never been money set aside for this work to be done, whether it's products or services. It's never been money allotted to it until now. So the reason I like that is because nobody's been at the table eating here yet, right? So I got a fair shake at a lot of this stuff that maybe I don't even have to go in competition because if I've been talking to the right parties ahead of time, I could have proved to them that I could have solved their problem through a direct award. And I could have utilized some of the programs if I would have studied the programs of what the president came up with. And I made it easier for the customer to transact with me. That's the goal of government contracting is, can you make the customer's job easier to transact? And it'll solidify everything, okay? So this is just some key stuff that, I want you guys to pay attention to find, some new opportunities out there with new money. But before we ever get started in government contracting, you got to know something called your NAICS code. It's very important that you know what your NAICS code is. So if you don't know what your NAICS code is, you can go to NAICS.com and, you can start to search through different NAICS codes out there. But every single industry, product, service, or whatnot, it has a NAICS code to it. So if you take a look right here, your first two numbers will kind of talk about the exact industry that you're in. So like myself, I'm in the 5-4 industry. So if I was to click on 5-4, there's going to be a whole list of NAICS codes that drop down here, 54110, 120, blah, 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 blah. Each one of these NAICS codes have, the procurement opportunities that they're talking about. So Office of Notaries, obviously if you was a notary, you should probably have this NAICS code for your business. Now on any level of the government, the local government is going to use something called the SIC code, but the federal uses NAICS codes. The federal government, you can easily go inside of your sam.gov profile and change your NAICS codes, upload NAICS codes, blah, blah, blah. The state and local government is usually going to be a little tougher to change your SIC code. When you go to get your MBE and DBE and things of that nature, they're going to like ask you what your codes are. So I just keep in mind, nobody can tell you what your NAICS code is. So you can have as many NAICS codes as you want. Now, I'm not telling you to put every single NAICS code under your profile. But, somebody like myself in the 5-4 industry, every single one of these NAICS codes, 541, 211, 213, 214, 219, I got all of those NAICS codes under there. I got some 54110 NAICS codes. We got 541430 NAICS codes. So all of those NAICS codes are under my profile on sam.gov. Now, since I'm in the 5-4 industry, it doesn't kind of look like I'm a jack of all trades because technically, again, these NAICS codes is for that industry. But I can also come over here because I got some 611 NAICS codes in my profile too. Now, getting started out, again, you should put the NAICS codes just for your niche in. If you come across an opportunity to sell garage doors to the government and it's extremely easy for you to sell garage doors to the federal government, when you go to get ready to submit the opportunity, then go inside of your SAM's profile and add that NAICS code in because you're actually submitting towards that opportunity opposed to just having it sitting there and you got 50 NAICS codes under your profile and, you're not even submitting towards half of them. Because, again, you're going to look like a jack of all trades and that ain't the type look that we're going for there. So once we can know our NAICS codes, again, this is how the government puts out their solicitations. It will always fall under a NAICS code. Now, I said it like that because this is where the researching of your industry comes into play because DOD, and don't quote me on this, but like DOD may be looking at, tax support where you would think it would come under tax preparation services, but maybe they put it under this NAICS code, other accounting services, because it was of a bigger contract than just needing the taxes done and needed more stuff done to it. So they put it under this NAICS code, or maybe they don't use the keywords that fall under tax preparation services. They use the keywords that fall under other accounting services. So this is why we have to pay attention to our customer and understand how they procure opportunities, right? So we can meet them where they're at. They got the money. They don't have to adapt to us. We have to adapt to them, okay? So once you can figure out what your NAICS codes are, that's half the step right there. Then I like to personally research first. Now, some people like to just throw stuff over the fence. I'm not a person that teaches to throw things over the fence. I like to be strategic, and I don't like to waste bullets. So instead, I'm going to take my time and go through a USA spending or FPDS.gov and figure out, who's really spending my money. So again, this is before I even got over to sam.gov and looked for any opportunities. But let's come over here to usaspending.gov. Now, most contracts are usually going to be 5 years, for your larger contracts. Your smaller contracts, under 250,000, those could be for a month, could be for a week. Yes, $250,000 can be spent in a week, could be spent in a day, right? So once we start getting into the millions, do we start talking about 5-year contracts? And these contracts are just like sports contracts, right? You get a guaranteed 1 year, and then the next 4 years are options. So the government doesn't have to continue the services with the incumbent, but if the incumbent is messing up and things of that nature, the government can terminate the service. But they don't like to do that. Like, nobody likes to create paperwork and things of that nature and work for themselves. So for the most part, if they award it to somebody, they're going to keep it for those 5 years if they're doing their job. So what that means is that we should look. So if we're in 2024, chances are, well, we're about to go into 2025, so it'll be a little too late for you. But if we was in 2024, right, like I should look at the fiscal year 2019. And since I know 2025 is coming up, I should be looking at the fiscal year 2020 because I want to see what was going on out there. Now, the next thing that I want to pay attention to is my NAICS code. All right. And this is where you could come in and put your NAICS codes in that align for your company and what you want to do. And then I hit submit search. Now, all I'm trying to do again is, figure out who's spending my money. Where are they spending my money at? So I see DOD is some of the largest spenders. If you don't want to work with, or if you don't want to deal with security requirements like cybersecurity requirements, if you don't want to, deal with having your books correct, trying to think of what other requirements that the DOD got. Just don't do work with the DOD yet. If you're not there, just leave them alone. You got HHS, they got $11 billion. $11.14 billion that they spending. Like, you don't have to go over here to the $35 billion. Like, all right, well, you're probably not going to do too much in the VA if you're not a VA. Not saying that the VA only awards contracts to the VA, but if you don't have any partnership and relationships with people who are veterans, again, just leave it alone. Like, why do you want to stress yourself out? And then this is when you start losing confidence, thinking it don't work. It's just you're just not doing it smart, right? So I would be saying, okay, HHS, DHS, and Department of Commerce is going to be the three industries or three customers that I'm going to pay attention to. Together, what we got? That's $5 billion. That's 7. So what is that? 12. And then what we got up here? 11. So we got over 20 some $20 billion through three customers. And I'm pretty sure 20 some $20 billion, if you could just get 1% of 20 some $20 billion, like your life has changed. But, you could get 0.005%, which is extremely possible. And again, you in the game, your whole life have changed. You're a millionaire overnight by, focusing. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't try the opportunities, blind bidding on opportunities, looking at sam.gov and just going after stuff. Like, we're going to try that out, but we want to create wealth here, right? This is supposed to be something that changes your life and your family's life forever. This is the athletic contracts that we all admire, the entertainers, and we admire LeBron James getting these new contracts. Well, you can do the same thing. You don't got to be an athlete, right? You don't have to rap crazy stuff out of your mouth or show your body. Like, all you got to do is submit towards these opportunities and your life gets changed. Is it going to happen overnight? Probably not. But guess what? These professional athletes, entertainers, they didn't become professionals overnight. They didn't get those checks overnight. But what I'm telling you, this is different than those, because this customer is constantly spending money and they're constantly looking for people to solve problems. Constantly. You just got to dig in, right? So now that I understand the three agencies that spend my money, I kind of got a better idea. I could go ahead and click on one, right? Now I could dive in a little bit deeper, right? Now I can see exactly which office under the agency is spending my type of money, as well as I could take a look at the number of awards, because the money all the time don't equal the opportunity, right? So somebody could spend $1.2 billion in one agency, but they only got 5,000 opportunities. Well, if I come down here and look at NIH, where they spent $24 billion, oh, that was $1 trillion, where they spent $24 billion, well, take a look. They had 15,000 opportunities. It wasn't as much as CMS, but once I see this large number of opportunities right here, like I know there's opportunity for small business to play in this game, right? Because they got a lot of different awards that they're giving out. Now, if I come down here and play with somebody like Indian Health Services, or what is this? The Office Assistant Secretary of Preparedness and Response. Well, that's only 131 opportunities right there. Now I'm kind of playing with fire. Like I'm setting myself up for failure and I'm setting myself up for disappointment because I'm over here playing where there's already players here is what I'm trying to tell you. So the odds of me finding the player that's lacking is going to be a little bit more challenging. But when there's 15,000 opportunities, it increases the odds of me finding the players that are lacking. It increases the odds of me finding the customer under NIH that wants new service, new products from somebody else. Or they could just be extremely small business friendly and they get it that they like to rotate the contracts to other small businesses because they understand that government contracting builds economies. You will never see a successful Fortune 500 company that doesn't have government contracts. They get it. We just don't get it yet. And I don't know what we're waiting for. All right. Make sure again that you guys are hitting that like button, that subscribe button, that share button. If you guys have any questions as well, you can feel free to put your questions in the chat. But you need to tell every small business owner, entrepreneur that you know right now to get on this live feed so they can learn more about government contracting. Guys, look, you don't have to book calls with me and stuff. I'm here every week. Just show up, ask your questions, and I'll answer them. Because once you get on my time, you got to pay for my time. I'm just going to let y'all know that right now. But anyways, now that we're here and I get a better understanding, okay, well, CMS got my money. I can click under CMS and now I can get all of the other agencies right here. So I can, drive this home a little bit more because I got to get to where my money's at. Now, since we now have done all of the research and we know the agencies that got my money, well, I need to go to CMS Small Business Office. And then I need to study and figure out how does CMS conduct business? Because they're not the government. They're an office under an agency of the government. Not every office and agency conducts business the same way. So it's important that I figure out how does my customer that got my money go out and acquire products and services because I got to meet them where they're at. They're not going to meet me where I'm at, right? So this is the start of it. But again, the beauty about this is these people are here to help you. Anything that says small business, so SBA, the Small Business Office of CMS or HHS or NIH or CDC or DOD, like they're here to fight for small businesses. So you got to utilize them. But I don't mean utilize them, calling them saying, hey, can I do government contracting? Listen, that is one of the most annoying questions in the world. When I'm telling you, I haven't come across any industry that don't have government contracts for it. So when you go ask these people and waste their time, can I do government contracts? Like they're going to give you the script because they don't want to hear it either. All of this stuff you could have researched on the internet before you ever did anything. Right? So instead, when you start reaching out to these people, you should already know the opportunities that you want to talk about. That's why we did our research to follow the money. The other thing that you'll notice is they should have something called a forecast. The forecast is talking about all of the opportunities that they're looking at could, what is this updated 7/01/2024? I'm pretty sure that they got opportunities right here to go into 2025 already. And this is you getting ahead of the opportunities, building the relationships up, networking, finding all of the subcontractors that you could potentially need. And when you go to talk to these people, you talk to them about the pre-forecasted opportunities, as well as you start to market your business to them based off the contracts that you've seen that was already previously awarded, because they could be coming up for recompete. So I'm just building the relationships up right now, because hopefully you're getting in front of them before there's an opportunity to hit the street. When I say hit the street, hit sam.gov, because once it hits sam.gov, you know what I'm saying? You can't really talk as freely anymore. But before anything hits sam.gov, I mean, you could have a free flowing conversation right there. You know what I'm saying? So have it. Okay. Now that we've already done all of this information, also when we go to look at the previously awarded opportunities, I personally like to utilize FPDS.gov. So let me come over here. FPDS.gov, right? So I would do something like, I forget which NAICS code we were looking at, 541519. So I hit that in there. And then the only thing I don't like about government sites is, you really need to be precise on what you're doing. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to click on advanced search, and I'm going to search within these results. And then I am going to add. And then I'm going to come down to NAICS code, NAICS. All right. And then I'm going to put 541519. Right. And then I'm going to add. And then I want date signed. And I want to do from, what are we looking at? 2019. January 1st to September 2020. Anybody know why I'm picking September 2020? September 30th, 2020. Why September? So now I'm clicking right there and I can see, okay, well, I needed to add one more, right? So let me come back here, advanced search, add. Ah, man. Before I do this one, we got to really look, because I got to make sure that I get this correct. As far as the agency, I got to make sure I type it in exactly how they spell it. Because with the government system, so if I was to hit advanced search and I don't put the information in exactly how it comes right here, it'll pretty much give me the wrong results, because this is based off Boolean search. So if you really want to know how to search the government's platforms best, you got to learn Boolean search, and I'll spell it out for you. And I'll need Google to assist me on spelling that out, because I ain't that smart. So Boolean search, there you go. You learn this method, you'll learn how to use the government system, the free systems that they got. All right. But that's why it's important to make sure you get this agency correct. I was looking for CMS, but we're just going to do Department of Navy for now, just because it's there. So I'm going to go advanced search. I'm going to come here. Remember, pay attention to where you got the name from. Contracting agency. So when you do the advanced search, you need to come to contracting agency. And then Department of Navy. So now I've limited this down to Department of Navy. They got 9,024 contracts in the last 2 years, and I can sort this by date signed, so I can pay attention to the things that happened at the end. Well, somebody said it in September. Let me see. Yes, it's the end of the fiscal year. All right. The government doesn't operate like we do. as people. So we usually, and as businesses, we usually close our books the end of December, the last day of December. Well, the government closes their books September 30th. So we're actually in the fourth quarter of government contracting right now. They're going to get ready to close their books September 30th. They got a use it or lose it book closing. If they don't spend every single dollar that they had in the budget, so every agency must spend all of their money, every state government must spend all of their money, and every local government must spend all of their money, or else they don't get it again the next year. Because the government looks at it as saying, hey, you didn't know how to manage the people's money correctly. You asked for $700 billion of the people's money, but you only spent $630 billion of it. Well, we don't need to give you no more of the people's money because we could utilize that to solve other problems. So this is the thing when it comes to government contracting. All money starts with the federal government. That's why I call us pure money, right? If you ever looked at the drug movies and stuff that they put in front of our face, I had a vision of being one of them when I was younger. But what I realized is, they got to keep looking over their shoulder because they're doing illegal things. But it taught me so much. It said, hey, if you get the product in its purest form, you generate the most money. Well, let's take a look at money. Money is generated with the federal government and Department of Treasury and with a budget. So if you want to generate the most money that you possibly can, like the Fortune 500 companies do, they do work with the federal government because you will get the money in its rawest form. It's now your job to cut the money up. How do you cut money up? You pay it out in payroll. You pay it out in products and services. You breaking that money up puts it into the economy, just like the movies that they put in our face with the illegal stuff. We're just doing an legal game right here. This is what they want us to do. This is what they asked us to do. So once money leaves the federal government, it goes to contractors, it goes to banks, and then it funnels down to your state government. Your state government submitted a budget to the federal government that was now funded. The state government got its budget from all of its local county municipalities. Now that the state gets its money and then it distributes its money out to its problems, it then goes to each local government to solve their problems. So yes, local government is usually the easiest route for you to get contracts, but you do got to be mindful that they're last on the totem pole to getting funded. Federal contracts will get funded. If they put it out there for solicitation and you go out, it's going to get funded. They may have a shutdown or whatnot, but it's coming as soon as they sign that budget and get things back in order, all right? So just keep that in mind when it comes to this government thing. So now that I got my agency right here and I can figure out, okay, well, they got all of my money right here. Another thing that I really, really like doing, and I'm giving y'all away one of my nuggets right here. If you guys pay attention, so if I come click right here on view opportunity, and I come down here and I look at funding agency ID. Well, let me take that number right there and let me come on back to here. And I can technically, I don't want to erase all the dates. All right. We ain't going to erase all the dates. I'm going to come right here, add new search. I don't know why all of them came up. And we're going to come to funding agency ID. Come on. Come on. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you, man. So now it doesn't want to. Oh, you know what? I think because I hit the back button. Oh, man. All right, so we'll do it this way. Advanced search, funding agency ID, A, B, C, D, E, F. All right. Now, again, I do advanced search. I come here to, damn it, what did I get? Date sign. We're going to come back over here. January 19. Now, see, look, all the other people that be talking about government contract, look, they ain't really in this game, man. I'm just telling you, they don't know what they be talking about. They be trying to just tell you how to do some slight stuff, man. I'm trying to get y'all to create wealth for yourself. All right, so now I got all of the opportunities that funding office right there has been spending money in. Well, guess where I should be soliciting to? Now I can see all of the other stuff that they spend money on. If they got some little set aside opportunities, I can now see it. If they got direct awards, I can now see it. If they got simplified acquisitions, I can now see what that office spends money on. So when I'm talking to them, I'm talking about this money that you've been spending. I'm not talking to you about I'm a minority business. They don't care and I don't care. I'm not talking to you about my stories of business like they tell you to do on the internet. They don't care and I don't care. The only thing that they care about is solving these problems right here. And that's what you should be talking to them about. How you are going to solve these problems for them. The problem is the contract. It wouldn't be a problem if it didn't have a contract. So when you ask, well, what's the problems that they have? Well, read the contract. The contract will tell you what their problem is. And guess what? They pay people a really nice amount of money to solve their problems. Buying toilet paper is a problem. They got to buy it. Why is this stuff a problem? See, we got to get our minds to shift. You got to stop asking, but this doesn't make sense. Why is buying toilet paper a problem? Because they wrote in law that the government can't just go to the manufacturer of the toilet paper company and purchase it. So they need toilet paper. The problem is they have to procure it in the way that they wrote it into law. So they got to correctly go out there and get the company that can do it. Every company don't want to fill out the paperwork and don't want to do the business of government. So that's why you don't have a lot of competition, because they get scared away. They start talking about what they can and can't do. They don't believe it. I don't argue with them. Instead, I buy from them. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be the fool that think that you can't do government contracting and you got them products or services I need, well, don't worry about it. I'll go get the contract and I'll just call you when I need the work done, because that's what you used to doing, right? You used to working real hard for your money. Well, I'm about to put you to work so you can go to work real hard. The government didn't ask me to work hard. They asked me to solve the problem. I solved the problem by finding hard workers. And I did it in a way that you could procure from me. I did it the way that you have been procuring from other companies all of your life as an agency. I didn't ask you to switch up how you procure. Instead, I figured out exactly the way that you procure, and I met you where you was at. This is how you accomplish that, through this research. You can skip this process, and good luck. Some people have been successful with skipping this process, and everybody's success looks different. But I've been in this industry for 11 plus years. I want to see them last. Any fool could win a contract, but can you last for 11 plus years in the industry? Based off their practices, I don't believe that they can, because no successful government contractor that I've seen lasts without doing research. And the pandemic contractors, trust me, that ain't real government contracting. That was the easiest time of government contracting I've ever seen in my life. Welcome to the real world now. Money's getting tight. They paying attention now. But if you follow my steps exactly how I told you to do this, you will be successful too. Don't forget, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button, that subscribe button. Share this video out with 3 other entrepreneurs, business owners that need to find out how to do this thing called government contracting. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and put those in the chat. Make sure that you guys are also following me over on Instagram, official Travis Davis. That's where I try to keep you guys updated with everything that I got going on. My people on Instagram, if you want to see the actual wider view of what we were doing, you can click the link in my bio and come over here to YouTube. We are here Tuesday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone. Shout outs to my people on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitch as well that are watching. We truly do appreciate you. Matter of fact, I need to take a look at LinkedIn and make sure y'all ain't have no questions on there, because for some reason it don't be wanting to pop up on my phone like that. So let me see if I can get to the live feed video here on LinkedIn and I ain't miss no questions. And LinkedIn be tripping too, so that could be another thing. But anyways, the last thing that I wanted to leave you guys off with here is I showed you guys a lot of things, okay? But we have a special software called SB Money Flow that can actually help with all of this stuff. And you could come here to sbmoneyflow.com, and since it is the government's birthday this month, no matter how you feel about the government, I'm not here to argue about that. I'm here to do business with this customer. I could care less about anything else. I let my money solve my problems. My problems is whatever I care about. If I want to fix my community, guess how I can fix my community? Make more money faster, and then I can fix the community however I want. If you don't believe me, just look at the other rich people that donate and fix their community that we often cry and say, you should be bringing some of your money over here to fix our problems, and we get frustrated when they don't bring their money to fix our problems. I'm challenging you to solve your own problems. Make more money with this customer called the government. And I know it's going to be a challenge. So for the month of July, the government's birthday, if you get the Elevate plan of GovCon cheat codes, which is $397 a month, or if you want to be really, really good, you could pay the annual plan and save yourself 2 months of payment. But I'm going to do something special for you guys for this month. When you guys do get the Elevate plan, I'm also going to give you access to my GovCon Cheat Codes University, and I'm going to give you access to my AI system to help you out with government contracting. Now, in the GovCon Cheat Codes University, I've broken down every single thing that you need to know about government contracting. What I advise people to do is don't study every video that I got back there, because there's so much information. Instead, you keep proceeding forward in government contracting, and when you come across a hurdle, chances are I got a video for that. And if I don't have a video for that, all you got to do is put it inside of our community chat, and guess what? It's an evergreen course. I'll go make a video about that. So once again, this is for this month only that you're going to get access to GovCon Cheat Codes University and Pure Money AI completely for free included, as long as you have an active Elevate plan for SB Money Flow. Now, here's the thing. With SB Money Flow, all of those sites that I showed you how to do, and you got to take your time out to do it. By all means, if you can't afford the things, that's why I showed you the free sites. But we can actually come down here to our GovCon marketplace, and all of that stuff that I asked you to do, we can just do at a click of a button. So I already have my NAICS codes programmed in, which you'll have yours programmed in for your business. All I got to do is come back here, click on 2019. And as you can see, the results change. So the same information that I was reading over there, I can now pull right here. I can quickly see all of the smaller agencies that are spending the money, click on those, and now I can get all of the contacts that were inside of that agency. All right. And I could do a bunch of other stuff, bringing this over to my CRM and whatnot. But the importance of doing the research so I could quickly get moving is great. The other thing that I could do here is find all of those federal opportunities that I was speaking of, and you could go ahead and search those by agency, NAICS codes, blah, 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 blah. The beauty about it, once you get all of your opportunities and you know exactly where these opportunities are going to go, especially if we're talking federal government contracting, We've created an easy way that's going to help you do contracts all around the United States, because what we're going to do is realize, well, okay, the place of performance for this opportunity is in Boise, Indiana. So, or is that Idaho? Yeah, I say Indiana. I think, yeah, that's Boise, Idaho. Then you're going to go ahead and click on businesses. And, our goal is to simplify this for you. So I'm going to go ahead and look for active businesses. And then I'm simply going to come down here and go to Idaho. And then I want businesses that, are between 1 million and 10 million, and maybe less than 1 million if I choose that way. So I got 690 businesses that I need to look through. And if I just look for Boise, well, I really don't have that many. So I come here and I look at Boise, and I got these businesses that could potentially do the work. And if I see a business is at like 1.7 million, I know they trying to get to 2. I know they trying to get to 3 million. I know this business right here at 500,000 is trying to get to 1 million. Well, guess what? All I got to do is now click on them, and hopefully, depending if they put all of their stuff here, I can now find their address, I can find their phone number, and I can start this process of building this relationship up towards the opportunities that I want to go after over in Idaho at just a few clicks of a button. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to speed up things so you could take action faster. There's too many excuses that you guys have been making about, I got to do this, I got to research. Well, we cut all the excuses out. All right. All you got to do is move quick. And there are some state opportunities here as well that you can start looking at certain states, and hopefully we'll get more of those on here a little bit later. But again, this will expedite those research things and those looking for opportunities. Now, the next thing with SB Money Flow is you'll be able to come here to your Pure Money AI. And I know a lot of you guys really are bad at networking. I mean, awful at networking. So what we did is you come down here, and you're going to get full access to all of this. You should be having web pages, and, you should have email follow-ups to set up on automation and things of that nature. Well, don't worry. We're going to help you create all of that stuff. If you just take your time, go through the AI and fill in the questions, we'll develop the copy for you. But when it comes to government even your content too, we're going to help you do that. But when it comes to government contracting, you're going to come down here to your prompt library. And if you need a business plan, we'll help you develop the business plan here. We're going to help you network. Tell us the event that you're going to in your industry, and we'll help you get through that networking process. A proposal assistance with writing. We're going to assist you with writing that proposal. Capability statement, joint venture agreements, all of these things we're going to assist you with so you can get up and going faster, so there's no more excuses. And then last but not least is, the heart of SB Money Flow. You're going to actually be able to literally come here and run and operate your whole entire business on automation. Build your websites out. Build as many websites as you want to generate yourself revenue. But guess what? We've already built out websites for you that you could just come in here and customize, put your company on, so you could quickly get out there and start talking, telling people about what you got and driving them to your system. Well, your system is going to automate tasks for you. Following up with government contractors, well, we can automate that. When you get off the phone with a CO, like what happens after that? Do you need to follow up in 30 days? We'll create a task, or we'll create the whole follow-up. All of this stuff can be done. If you want to create courses, which the government purchases courses too, whether you know it or not. So while you're out here selling courses on the internet, you could have been selling courses to the government. Well, we got the system that, again, you can do all of this. And one of the beauties that I really like here in payments, guys, you can do all of your contracts right here. You can literally go to AI, have it create your joint venture agreement, put it in a contract form right here, send it off to people to get signed. And again, if you don't believe me, let me just switch over here. we got contracts that we've already sent out. Not only could this be a contract for the government side, but this could be contracts with your subcontractor. This could be contracts with a client, business to business, that you need to get them to sign a contract. It can all be done, sent to them in email. They can sign it, and it can all come right back into your system. And you can make templates so you don't have to keep recreating the contracts. Literally every time you just come here, you would use this template. And the beauty that, once you get inside of SB Money Flow, what you could do here is you could literally take out the person's information. So as you guys can see right here, like they get to put their information in and it will populate to whatever they put in. So again, this template can be used for anybody. And all you got to do is send it. And again, you can automate what happens when the contract gets signed. What do you want to happen after that? The emails need to go to people. Do you need to give people access to stuff? Do you need to send a payment link after they do all of this? The sky's the limit, but we have it all right here to help you out in SB Money Flow to grow your business. You will not need another software. You could eliminate any of your calendar software booking. You could eliminate any email software, any website software. The AI, we already got it. Any payment software, we already got it. If you want to set up your affiliate campaign, we got it. Anything that you utilize it for invoices, we got it. Automations, we got it. Social media, which is one of my favorite things right here, because social media often distracts people and it drives me crazy. Well, guys, you could come right here and operate your entire social media. All of your posts, you can respond to comments through automation. You want to talk about generating revenue on your social media? Well, the problem is you didn't have a system in place of what happens when people comment on your post. It's a reason when you look at these big boys, they all tell you to comment one word because they created automation that when you create the word, well, it responds. So the analytics of the system says, oh, well, this person responds when other people respond. So we should put them in front of more people. This person's doing stuff that people are recommending and sharing. Well, we should put them in front of more people. Well, it's the system. It's not the actual person sitting there responding to y'all all day. You got to be crazy if you think people are sitting there responding to people all day long. I got these plants, man. These plants be driving me crazy. Got these little nets in my house. I got to change this dirt. But anyways, SB Money Flow can do every single thing for you. And if you don't even know what to do, well, don't worry about it. Chances are when it comes to building websites, when it comes to doing your social planners, it's templates that you can utilize right here. But again, the government contracting AI is going to help you frame all of this to fit. And if you really want to take yourself to the next level, you got to run ads. I mean, there's no way around. Well, you don't have to run ads, but if you want to move quick, you got to run ads. And once again, our AI can help you put together the script, the copy, so you can run the ad. Just come back here and dive into it. Talk to it. It all starts right up here with brainstorming, which we're going to help you out with. And then once you go through the brainstorming, guys, if you literally just pick one of these, it'll walk you through the steps that you need to do. And you can set up your whole business operation and move real fast. But once again, that's sbmoneyflow.com. Get yourself registered on the Elevate plan. You will get access to our GovCon Cheat Codes University completely for free. This is just for the month of July. You'll come here to your group, log in, go to your courses, which I don't know why this is messing up. Look, I got to fix something myself. Are we down? I think we may be down right now. See some stuff that I got to check out. Well, if we wasn't down, it could just be my stuff. I don't know. I got to check and see. But you come here to your courses and it will all load up. Well, you know what? Let me show you on the back end because I don't know why this is doing that right now, but I see it's something that I got to check. And we'll get that solidified before tonight. Figure out what's going on with that. But this is exactly what it will look like when you guys get started out here. And again, you guys can control all of this too. You're going to have access to do your own courses. But where are we at? Look, I got too many courses back here. GovCon Cheat Codes University. So you're going to get access to getting started, as well as you're going to get access to all of these useful links that we have right here for all of your different certifications. So you can learn where to click, pricing tools, just tons of information there. Cool. And Instagram, y'all got cut off, I believe. Too bad. All right, you get all of your master classes right here. Again, this is evergreen, so as you guys tell me you need more information, I'll make the classes. Any live GovCon trainings that I did, they're right here. I will be taking videos off of YouTube soon and putting them back here. It says send them on YouTube. And then we've done research on a lot of the agencies as well. And then most importantly, we do have a live Zoom call at the last Monday of every month. And then this may be one of my favorite ones that I got to figure out how I'm going to actually add back. But this is my Google Drive. I got a bunch of documents and scripts right here for you guys to utilize in your business. So I advise you get signed up to sbmoneyflow.com to elevate plan now so you can take advantage of all of the perks that we're going to have available for you guys this month. Let me see if I got any questions that came in before I get out of here. If you guys picked up any information out of tonight, put a fire. You know what? I do always say fire emoji, and it dawned on me the other day. All I talk about is money all the time. I just like to see the fire, but I want y'all to start putting the money sign. So if y'all picked up anything from tonight, make sure you drop a money sign, any of the money bag, money sign, whatever down there in the chats, because we about making that money. All right. So drop that down there in the chat if you picked up anything of tonight. Also, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and put them in there while I scroll through here and make sure I didn't miss any questions.
It's just different.
Before I get up off of here, once again, I thank everybody for hanging out with me here tonight. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, that share button, so other entrepreneurs and business owners can find out about this thing called government contracting and what we got going on over here to assist our small business owners. I just want to see what kind of loads are available in my area. Let me see. I see no one can bid on any transportation loads at this time or microtransactions. I don't know what that meant. Maybe it's something in McCourty. That's not how it works. Yeah, I believe Travis may have a video on here in trucking. Go check. Yeah, I do got some videos in trucking. I didn't say that, so I'm not really sure. I'm just saying there without more detail. Still scrolling through. I like these dollar signs. Yeah, the dollar signs better than the fire signs. So we're going to stick with the dollar signs from here going out. Once again, I want to give a shout out to Deshanti. She's an admin in the community. I appreciate you for helping the community out. Another shout out to Courtney. Courtney is helping the community out as well. Another admin in the community. Make sure you guys check him out here Mondays at 7 p.m. He's right here on this YouTube channel. So show him love as well, just like y'all show me love as he's breaking down, his journey of government contracting and how he's going about doing it. I truly do thank him because it gives a different aspect. Again, I've been in this game for 11 years, so I probably miss out on some little things that I'm not thinking about. So it's an enjoyment, hearing people getting started out and how they're going about operating, even his consultancy. He's showing how he's doing that as well. So I thank you, Courtney, for being a part of that. And Simone, I didn't see her on here, but we got to give a shout out to Simone as well for being an admin in the community and helping out too. Before we do get out of here, oh man, I got that old thing on there. Before we do get out of here, I know that was supposed to be the last site that I showed you guys, but Remember, you can always visit TravisKnows.com, TravisKnows.com, and you can access everything that we got going on. You can get inside of our community completely for free by just coming right here, clicking on join our Peer Money community, and it will take you exactly where it is that you need to go to be in here. So you can access all the amazing people that we got inside of our community, as well as if you need funding. All right. If you need funding for contracts or anything of that nature, I do work with a company called Ladder Financial Group. They're amazing individuals. It's not me. It is them. But if you do need funding, and if you got over a 670 credit score, I believe is what they need, or it could be 660, but don't quote me on that. They'll be able to help you out in the best situation. They're not just going to give you money. They're going to get you money in the best situation possible. So you can access that there, as well as QuickBooks and your Amex card. I highly advise you guys to have books set up, and I utilize QuickBooks. And for my credit card for my business, especially if you're traveling through airports, I like to go to the Amex route. And last but not least, if you want to get updated with the information that I've learned from the books that I've read, you can click right here, access my reading list, and start diving in immediately on the information that I have taken away. All right. Outside of that, I believe I answered everybody's question. I appreciate everybody for hanging out with me here tonight. We will be back here tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and I'll be showing you how we're going to automate your business with SB Money Flow. So I just gave y'all a little taste of, the features that we got there, but tomorrow I'm actually going to be sharing with you guys how you can automate any business that you got out there. It doesn't matter the business. I'm telling you, if you want to save your time, you need to learn about automations, and we're going to share that with you tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone. Once again, I love you all. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. This will go off when the music goes off. I'll talk with you all tomorrow.
It's just different.
Yeah, you already know what it is. Pure money, baby. I keep a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Come and hang with the gang. Get some free game added to your mainframe. Gotta keep your mind sharp, you gotta maintain. And it's even better when the squad on the same thing. Steady swishing on the competition. We ain't tripping about the opposition. We on a mission and we got a vision. People in need, we believe we got it like I give a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure.